Hello everyone, Civic Extraordinaire here, and we are making our way through the industrial era as Portugal in episode 6 of our Portuguese Let's Play. Last episode I tried something out. I was a bit experimental and I went ahead with a shorter episode. It was only 16 minutes long, and I still haven't actually seen the results from that episode. Right now we're on episode 5 just in terms of when I'm recording this. But I still hope you guys enjoyed that episode, and I'm gonna try something similar to that format and just see how it goes. And if you guys don't like that kind of editing, I can always return to my old style and just return to normal from there. But I just want to try something new and see if a faster paced Let's Play commentary style suits the channel better. And please let me know in the comments if you guys like that kind of content. Last episode, we capitalized on our insane trade routes, and I think we'll continue to do that. I really want to maximize our science alliance, and we can get like +4 from England from one trade route alone, which is insane, in addition to some pretty ridiculous trade routes here. So, where's London actually? I think we already have one actually going to London, so we'll instead just capitalize on Berlin with that extra culture. And we also need to start recruiting some people for the Inquisition, because I think we are lacking just a bit behind on that. Also, let's improve the salt. And I really love Portugal's music. Oh, really kicking in there. I'm going to actually go and recruit some spies just to get a defensive operation going. I already have a spy due to the intelligence agency in Faro, but I think it's about time to go on the counteroffensive and possibly send something to England or some other civilizations. I know I don't have that many great works, so that might be a priority, and also to kind of chip away at Poland's cities. I really want to retake Constantinople and liberate it for the Eastern Roman Empire. Speaking of reconquest, I think it's about time we prioritized a more military-oriented hero, so let's go ahead and get Beowulf, who has some insane bonuses towards combat and killing off individual units with his unique ability. A nice little side project could be the Ruhr Valley, and I usually don't build the Ruhr Valley because I usually don't have that many cities with like a ton of mines, but I think this is a suitable city just for a few more mines. We have about 3 sources right here, and Ruhr Valley grants additional production to the city, as well as +1 production for each mine and quarry, which can be very handy. So let's just go ahead and try to plot this down. Now that we have Kilwa, our city-state acquisition should be a lot faster and a lot better. I really love this building animation, and the Kilwa's ability basically means that some of the yields we're getting from city-states will be a lot stronger. I think it's a +15% bonus, which by itself isn't that powerful, but when you factor in that you're going to be suzerain of multiple city-states, if you're playing your cards right, it can really spiral out of control very quickly. So let's get a harbor right next to these 2 resources here. And I think we want to go ahead and capitalize on Kilwa and start investing in Hattusa, which we're going to get Oya from, one of the last heroes. I'm really unimpressed with Georgia's performance. I mean, it's been like 100 turns since they founded their 4th city, and Poland is continuing to spam out all of these crappy one-pop cities with like no nearby resources in Russia. So Georgia, you could at least do a little bit better. I mean, even Sweden has like at least 5 cities, so come on, man. We finally made our way to steam power in the industrial era, and some of this oil, especially with the oil power plant, is going to be very, very useful, along with the seaport, of course, for many of our coastal cities, since we have a much higher likelihood of getting oil on the coast, as well as the fact that we do not have that many desert tiles to work with. And I think these are the only desert tiles on the map, actually. So we should be set on oil. That's basically what I'm trying to say here. Alright, now we're making something like an insane +439 gold per turn. I think we were around there last episode, but it just keeps getting higher and higher. And now it is like a few turns and we can reach enough money to buy a navigation school, which of course I'll do. That's just going to give us a huge buff for science. And on top of that, why not just buy a few more coastal tiles to further buff my science yields here? Just why not? Just buy all that science. Let's see what our science is now. And we get like plus 15 science from buildings and plus 10 alone from the navigation school. So thank you so much, Portugal. Amazing. Speaking of science and overall excellence in the academic arts, one thing we are falling behind on, which is like the sole thing that we're falling behind on, is literature and culture along with tourism. So I think this episode we may want to prioritize something like a cultural focus, because we do only have one theater square, which is a bit insulting. That's kind of why we're losing so poorly in this Nobel Prize in Literature contest. Now that we have our second spy, I believe it's our second, I think we might go on an offensive operation. I don't have that many districts clustered too closely together, so I need to find a suitable place to place the spy. I think Russia could be a great candidate. They have a ton of great works, and I'm not necessarily allied with them. So let me just scroll down here and see what we have available to work with. I think Kazan is going to be a great place. They're definitely going to be housing something like a great work here. So we also have the great work heist option available, and let's just see how that goes in a few turns. Now we finally recruited Beowulf, and I just want to see how much damage we can do to Poland here. We are still at war with them, and Byzantium does not have any walls as far as I can tell from the city UI. So I just want to see how much damage we can do to Constantinople just with Beowulf alone. Ooh, and we have a mega colossal eruption from Vesuvius. That's going to kill 4 of Poland's pops. And that, how much damage did that do? Ooh, they must have had like 8. Now they only have 4. So that just cut their population in half, which is kind of embarrassing for Poland. Though, we have some good news. We have a great scientist, James Young. And since we are researching oil, I think I want to go ahead and grab him. I also don't have too many great scientists, so I might as well make use of what I have already. Okay, now let's just see. Show me the oil. And we get 2 Eurekas too. So, do we have any oil? Let me just use my handy dandy tool finder here. And I think I can just type in oil. And let's just see. 13 results. Okay, so we have some oil here. And we don't have any oil on the Iberian Peninsula as far as I can tell. Okay, that's coal. Where do we have any oil? We're low on coal too. So that is a bit concerning. We only have like one source of oil, so I don't know if oil power will be a realistic option. There's probably a ton of oil over here. Yeah, there's one there, one there, one there. And looks like Russia is fairly barren for oil. Yeah, okay, the RNG was not too kind for us for oil on the map. Man, England has a ton of oil. Ooh la la, that is a lot. And then, okay, there's some in Scandinavia as well, but not as much luck for Iberia, unfortunately. Poland is doing something really stupid, and they're sending a lone battering ram all the way over to my city on northern Africa. And I don't know if they know this, but you actually need a melee unit, like, aside from a scout, because a scout will die in 1 hit, to my musketmen. So I don't know if this is just the AI trolling me or what, but this is a bit concerning. Alright, we have our spy established in Kazan, and look at all of the great writers Russia has. Dear God, the Lavra needs some kind of nerf because he's getting some insane amounts of great writers points. I do really love the look of the Lavra, but I mean, come on, man. Look at all of those damn great writers. That is just disgusting. Anyhow, I think we will go ahead and gain sources and possibly try to steal a great work because we just need to free up some of those slots for our poor friend Piotr there. Also, looks like he's not defending Constantinople too well, so let's just go ahead and liberate that city from her and try to free Byzantium. No, I will not make peace with you. Alright, we should be able to take it this turn and continue monopolizing on these insane trade routes. The Ruhr Valley is also looking like it's coming along quite speedily. And send this to London. Let me just see. How many turns do we have left? Okay, 11 turns. We should be able to finish that in time. I don't know if the AI builds the Ruhr Valley too much. I think it does tend to prioritize that, but I will go ahead and just get a trader for you. And let's finally liberate Constantinople. Here we go. And it's time to liberate to Byzantium. There we go. Okay, it looks like it is suffering some loyalty pressure, so I think you'll take the liberty of going to Thessalonica and liberating that for Byzantium as well. Just to give Poland a little bit of a challenge here. Alright, Basil is rewarding us, and he does want to be friends, so that is wonderful. Of course, I will not be making peace with you, Poland. I need to free my friend right over here. Not because I actually like him, but because his border colors are so pretty, and Poland's not so much. So let's just go ahead and free Thessalonica and give that to our friend Byzantium. There we go. Their borders are looking better by the second. I think we're also going to go up and free Adrianople. And it's too bad we can't give Lodz to Byzantium. Though I think we might be able to take it in a trade deal and give it to them from there. So we'll just have to see how this war plays out. But it's looking quite good so far, considering we took 2 cities in the span of like 3 or 4 turns with just one guy. So he's just a man with an axe and a plan. Thank you so much, Beowulf. Poland, I am not going to make peace with you. Not now, not in 10 turns, not like in ever. As long as Byzantium has like only 2 cities, I'm going to just keep liberating their cities and trolling you, because you have like 50 cities, you have like twice as many cities as everyone else, and it is looking a bit disgusting here. So good on Germany for screwing over Poznan, and I will just keep breaking apart your empire one by one, and if I might add, with a certain bit of satisfaction. And now we have electricity, which means we have a ton of more options available for us for power, as well as the hydroelectric dam, and the seaport, which means our cities are going to be so much powerful. I think we're also going to go ahead, maybe instill the settler, because Poland just does not know when to stop settling cities, and it is getting a bit disgusting here. I mean, come on. Even when a disgusting forward settler like me is talking about is criticizing you for spamming tons of unnecessary cities, you know you've gone way over your head. Just way over your head. We have another session of the World Congress, and I don't know if I'm going to even bother. I already know what the AI is going to go for. I guess the only thing good that's coming out of this is that we're having another Nobel Peace Prize contest, and Peter will probably win that one anyway, since he is just basically cheating with his insane lavra, so whatever. And the good news, or at least some good news, is that we are building the Ruhr Valley. We managed to snag the Ruhr Valley. And this is a really dumb quote, like, you're supposed to attest to the power of the Ruhr Valley, and you're just taking some snippet from, like, some stupid article attesting to how it, like, fell out of power. So, anyway, I just do not like that quote. It's really stupid. Civ 6 has some great quotes, and then it has a lot of really dumb quotes. That is one of the dumb quotes. But I think just to celebrate our Ruhr Valley build, I think we will go ahead and build a builder to actually capitalize on the yields, and we should probably build some more districts, just in general. Probably a good idea, since we do have the additional production from Ruhr Valley in that city of Coimbra. Since Byzantium needs a few more cities, and it looks like they're struggling with good city placement, I'm just going to take a page out of my book and hand them a nice little city here with some iron. And how I'm going to give them the city is I'm basically just going to go ahead and trade it to them here. So, since I'm such a good friend, why not just give them the city? Okay, you wouldn't give me anything, I'll just give it to you for free, since I'm just such a stand-up guy, since I'm just so kind. So there you go. Just take Viso right out of my hands. There you go. Aren't I such a nice guy? I know. I also get a free builder out of that, though, since I kind of stole that settler. And why not just go ahead and send you over to the city of Guarda. Since I did make a big deal about building theater squares, I think I'm just going to allow this +4 lumber mill to continue existing, since that is a pretty damn good tile, and just take the +2 theater square here and try to at least teach our people to write somewhat, since we basically have like no writing experience and we only have 100 culture per turn in like the industrial era, which is a bit embarrassing considering we're almost at the modern era. Oh, and of course, Vesuvius is erupting again, which is great. The volcano gods must hate Poland and are cursing them for their betrayal of Byzantium. So that is great. Wonderful news there. In other news, Poland is still bitching about making peace, which of course I will continue to deny, and have my comfy little theater square, and other citizens just admire and marvel as we continue to trounce Poland and burn their cities to the ground. Unfortunately, it looks like our agent didn't quite manage to seize the great work, at least from what I'm seeing, so we're just going to have to run away from Russia on foot. That is just a bit too bad. Oh well, I guess second time's the charm. In other good news, we are essentially able to buy seaports and libraries, among other buildings, with the snap of a finger, thanks to the insane gold we are making per turn. Now, 637, so let's just go ahead and buy this library, and it's just instantly built, like, snap. There we go. Since the last spy didn't go over so well, I think we're just going to go ahead and send another spy, maybe over to Stockholm this time, and just see what we can do over there. And just why not commit some more war crimes as long as we're not caught? I mean, I guess that's okay. Though I think the real question is, if it's committed during peacetime, as in I'm not at war with a specific country, then I'm committing the crime, is it really a war crime or is it a peacetime crime? Really makes you think. We finally researched economics, and with that, I think I'm going to call that an end to today's episode. It was actually kind of exciting since we did manage to go ahead and liberate Byzantium. In addition to that, since that was so successful, I think I'm going to send Tunapu and Chibalanque, the hero twins, over to Byzantium and try to liberate Legnica. Actually, I'm not going to liberate it, really. I'm just going to send it over to Byzantium, conquer it, and then, quote-unquote, liberate it. Give it some democracy, and just give it back to Byzantium. And then they shouldn't have to worry about the fronts in Anatolia for much longer. So they should be able to focus on just defending here, and I think they'll be able to do that, especially since I granted them veto. And I think that's that. So, without much more stalling, I'm just going to call that an end for today's episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I certainly did, much more than some of the previous episodes, since the war is a bit more exciting, and I just love getting insane amounts of gold with Portugal. But with that, I think that is an end for today's episode, so if you like the video, leave a like, and make sure to subscribe for more content like this one. Alright, see you guys later. Peace.